Conan, what is best in life? To crush your enemies, see them driven before you, and to hear the lamentation of their women.
Welcome back to the channel. This is Wes, and let's talk Savage Sword of Conan #1. I'm extremely excited to review this book. It's absolutely amazing. This is the kind of book that will put hair on your balls. I've enjoyed Jason Aaron's Conan the Barbarian series through 3 issues, but the off-putting commentary about Native Americans in issue 2 and the drop in story quality in issue 3 have left me wanting. I'm wanting no more. This is 100% the Conan book I need. Everything good about the Conan the Barbarian series, except for the sex, is amped up here. Ron Garney's art's better, Gerry Duggan's story's cooler. Who doesn't want to see Conan fight pirate slavers? Hell, even the great cover work by Asad Ribic is eclipsed by the amazing Alex Ross. I haven't read a lot of books with Ron Garney's artwork, but that needs to change soon. His style of heavy line work with almost no soft edges fits Conan as a character perfectly. Robert E. Howard's Hyborian Age setting is a gritty place, and Conan reigns supreme because he's an exceptionally hard character. The color art maintains a realistic look throughout the book, but never overpowers Garney's excellent work. I view this double-page layout as the most effective sets of illustrations in the book. We see Conan in a severely weakened state, and the heavy use of shadows and black convey just how close to death Conan is. The reader really feels the struggle as Conan tries to recoup his strength. Garney's close-ups of Conan's face throughout the book express great emotion, and you can almost feel Conan's fury rising within him. A huge part of Robert E. Howard's Hyborian Age is sorcery and witchcraft. At one point in the book, Conan comes in contact with a powerful talisman and has a vision of a map. I love how Garney incorporates magic iconography overlaid with map components, and the result is this insanely metal image. I find the artwork in this issue to be flawless, and I give it a 5 out of 5 overall. Not to be outdone by the sterling artwork of Ron Garney, writer Gerry Duggan brings his A-game as well. Conan, being a savage, has basic motivations: sex, conquest, and power. What separates Conan from other characters is his sheer force of will. Whenever the character is at his lowest point, he uses his underrated cunning and brute force to win the day. This book is much less about Conan's fabled skills in battle, and mostly about his testicular fortitude to overcome the most dire situations. I can't imagine a better introduction for a new reader than Conan, lost at sea after a days-long battle. And how does he survive? Consuming raw shark meat as more sharks circle around him. This is the essence of the savage with an unbreakable will, who always manages to survive. In one page, Duggan and Garney have told more about Conan than other writers can convey in an entire issue. Duggan does a great job realizing sometimes less is more with characterization. He could have tacked on 3 pages of backstory for the pirate captain and his crew, but he uses this one page and tells us everything we need to know. Conan has been taken by a slaver's ship whose crew is described as long ago bartered their own souls in service of darkness. Evil pirate slavers is really all the reader needs to know for the stakes to be dire, and Duggan even takes this opportunity to introduce the talisman I spoke of earlier. Duggan uses his pages efficiently and allows the reader more time with Conan, which is what we paid for. Conan is chained to another slave, Sudi, who makes a deal with the crew to save Conan's life in exchange for an opportunity to join the crew. Sudi will do anything to avoid dying a slave and is presented as a self-reliant survivor. He describes himself as not a strong fighter and appears to be the only character that will continue in the story after this issue. A man of great will who relies on his intellect rather than his strength is a great foil to Conan as the story moves along. Duggan does a great job developing Conan and his would-be sidekick and gives just enough information about the pirates to establish them as evil. I give his characterization in the book a 5 out of 5 rating. The plot itself was very good overall, and unlike Conan the Barbarian #1, doesn't feel like it has any extra pages added on to justify the $5 cover price. It could move a bit faster, but it never feels boring. Conan is discovered at sea near death and taken by the slavers. They decide to nurse him back to health and sell him at the slave market for more profits. After Conan is returned to full health, he demands to speak to the captain and is denied his parley. At this point, Conan decides he'll have to use his brute strength to free himself. Of course, Sudi is chained to him, hoping to survive the day, and this results in some fun back and forth interactions. Eventually, Conan gets his hands on a guard and demands the key to his chains. After the guard confesses to not having a key, Conan is undeterred. He can pick a lock with a bone. I'll let you imagine where he gets that bone from. Conan and Sudi fight through pirates and finally reach the captain, only to learn he's a serpent man. This was a pretty unexpected reveal and allows Garney to show off his creature effects to great use. After emerging victorious, the thief in Conan compels him to grab the treasure chest as the pirate ship burns down. After saving Sudi and bringing him ashore, Conan finally touches inside of the treasure chest and sees his vision of a map with his third eye. And with that, Conan and Sudi are on their way to further adventures. Some of the plot could have been a bit tighter, but overall it's phenomenal, and I score it a 4.5 out of 5. Savage Sword of Conan #1 is absolutely badass, and I can't imagine any fan of the character not enjoying it. A lot. The art is awesome, the characters are great, and the story is fun. Overall, I score this issue a 4.5 out of 5. I'm very close to giving this a 5 rating. Screw it, I score this book a 5 out of 5 and my highest recommendation. It's not perfect, but it's damn close. I understand some people are put off by Marvel's pricing schemes for #1 these days, and generally speaking, I agree. Savage Sword of Conan is an exception to the rule, and I think most readers will be satisfied enough with the book to forgive the price. Of course, these are just my opinions. What say you? Are you looking forward to more adventures with Conan? Is Jason Aaron's series the superior Conan book? Please let me know your thoughts in the comments section. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. I would appreciate it very much. It helps us attract more views for the channel. Subscribe for future commentary, comic book news, and reviews. And don't forget to ring the bell for notifications. If you want to talk comics, movies, and much, much more, you can follow me on Twitter at Wes_from_TC. With that, Salamat Po, and I'm out.